Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Mech Merlin stream. Today is another build stream, courtesy of Click-Clack and Pixelspace, actually. Let's see who is here today. I see a Tataimo, Hello Manless, Crosswind, Crozier, Bean, Barnyard, and Cloudjack. Thanks, guys, for joining in so early. I did an unboxing of this board about 2 weeks ago, and my impression of it, my first initial impression was that in terms of QC and manufacturing, pretty top notch. Same consistent quality with all of Click-Clack boards, including the Vertex Angle and the Tenet 70 that I'm using today. Excellent all the way around. I did mention though that like the Space 65 and the Space 80, the capsule seems a little too futuristic for me. So I'm not too big a fan of the aesthetics, but if it can sound good, if it can type good, I'm willing to overlook that. Here, let me give you guys a quick run through of some of its specs. It's obviously a 65%. It uses soft silicone gaskets, and these gaskets work like gasket socks, similar to Owlab boards. Plate foam is 3.5mm Poron, and it's even got a PE foam on it as well for 0.5mm. One interesting thing is they do provide two case foam options. First one is 2.5mm, which apparently gives you a crisper and brighter tone. And there's the thinner option, 1.5mm, which gives you a slightly deeper tone. It also gives you a special paper that you put in as well. Plate choices are going to be PC, FR4, and POM. The hot swap PCB is 1.2mm. Board comes in 3 different flavors. You've got icy blue, ivory, black, and e-yellow. My capsule 65 is of the ivory variant. I was talking with Click-Clack being like, hey, all 3 boards that you've sent me so far have been some shade of white, so hopefully the next board I get won't be white. But yeah, here we go. Just a quick specs on how to join. There will be 2 rounds of this board. The first round will be a first come first serve with 200 in-stock units ready to ship, retailing at about 430 bucks. And if you can wait, the round 2 which will be a group buy, and you'll have a soldered PCB option, and even better, you'll have an IO3 daughter board along with it for slightly cheaper, $400. I'll be using Durock POMs, an FR4 plate, and pretty much all the foams provided. In terms of the case foam, I'll probably go for the 2.5mm instead of the 1.5. The whole reason why I'm doing all this mounting structure looks super similar to the Owlab's Mr. Suit. And I quite recently built one of those for a customer. Really loved how this sounded. So I'm gonna try and recreate that, but in a 65% form factor. As usual, I like to put stabilizers on my PCBs before the start of the build stream. You can see I've already put the PE foam on it as well. These stabilizers are Owlab stabs, actually. I used to be a big fan of Durock V2s, and I still am. I've just noticed that with Durock V2s, their wires tend to come warped more often than not. Not so much on the 2U stab wires, but on 6.25 and 7U, let's see, I'd buy like 5, and maybe 2 of them would be warped. And the other 3 wouldn't be perfect either, but not as bad as the 2 that I found. So with Owlab stabs, you know, they're supposed to be the, what do you call it, the liquid metal wires, which retain its shape even when you warp it or not. The issue with them is if they come warped, you can't really fix it. But thankfully, I've really only had 1 set come warped, and I've bought like 20 sets at this point. So far so good. So far so good. Yeah, since this is a hot swap board, build really shouldn't take too long. Fingers crossed. Yeah, so they did send me a POM and a PC plate as well, but lately, just when it comes to gasket mount builds, those are too flexy for me. So I would rather stay away from using POM or PC on any kind of gasket build. The build went very smoothly, no trouble at all, but this is a seamless design build, and I've had a frustrating experience with that before. You can't really see screws anywhere around the keyboard at all, except on the internals here. So if you remember, a few weeks ago, I did build a Hope 75 from Velocifier, and they implemented the same type of screw-in structure here in order to do a seamless design. And what occurred was that in the certain points where the screws were, it would prevent the switch from fully seating. So that's definitely something I'm going to check out here. Seeing some interference on these two keys. Okay. But that's fine. I was kind of expecting that too. As long as I can put the switches back in right after I've installed it, it should be fine. But if not, then we have the same problem with the Hope 75. And this was the moment of truth. Would I be able to properly seat these switches? Okay, let's put the two missing switches in, and hopefully we won't have the same issue that the Hope 75 did. And from the looks of it, we do not. Excellent. That is what I like to see. Not the same issue. Today we're going to put GMK Olivia on this, actually. Why GMK Olivia? It's because it's the only GMK set that I have free at the moment. And coincidentally, it came off of my Fuji 65, so it should look just fine. It's the only GMK on Amazon is from Drop, yeah. Oh, I like that sound already, hey! Okay. Doesn't that sound good? Yeah! Okay. This is a good sign. It's a very good sign. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. I got this off of my Fuji 65, so Fuji 65 doesn't have a key up there. I guess for the time being, let's put an artisan there. The first time I'm putting an artisan on a board. Oh. Ooh. I am liking this a lot. Okay. Bye-bye, Tenet. Here we go. I like how it sounds. Spacebar's a little rattly though. Here, let's see if I can fix it up. There we go. You'll take two, please. I still don't like how it looks, but this is winning me over. Okay, here, let's do another typing test. Yeah, I love it. Okay, this is such a different experience from the previous click-clack boards that I've had. If you guys remember, I did a vertex angle and the Tenet. All three boards look good. All right, all three boards manufactured excellently. This happened to be the board that I liked least aesthetically, but this is the first out of the 3 that sounded and felt damn good. Yeah, so this is great. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm so happy right now. Finally. Click-clack, thank you. Click-clack, thank you for finally sending me a board that sounds and feels good. Now, if only I could get this sound on my vertex angle or on my tenet, then we'd be excellent right here. So when I first got the Capsule 65, I kept thinking that I had seen something like this before. I kept comparing it to the Grid 650, but it's actually closer to the Boop. See that? Boop 65 on KBD Fans, co-designed by Beep, one of our most prolific keyset designers today. Look at that, see? Very similar curves. From the angle that I'm typing on, you can't see the weight. It's from the angle that I'm typing on right now, this looks no different than the Boop. Alright, so going into this build, similar to what I said during the unboxing, board is very high quality, very high degree of craftsmanship, pretty much consistent with everything from Click-clack at this point. 2 out of the 3 boards that I've had so far from Click-clack have all looked great, but didn't sound or type as well. So different designs, different people designed it. But going into this, I was like, okay, this might be the one I hate the most, or maybe hate is too strong a word, that I like the least, right? A couple months ago, I had the opportunity to build a Mr. suit for a customer in which he employed an FR4 plate and Durock POMs. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, if I could get that in a 65% form factor, I'd be very happy. So I was like, why not try it with the Capsule 65? And yeah, I think I got pretty close to it, honestly. I think I got pretty close to what that Mr. Suit sounded like. So I'm very happy with it so far. Like the Gray Studio Space 80 and Space 65, while I wasn't impressed with the aesthetics, I'm willing to ignore that because the typing sound and the typing feel is so good, in my opinion. If you guys actually like how this board looks, I think it's a win-win all around. Once again, this board is going to go into group buy, and there's also like an in-stock sale. For the in-stock sale, it's $415, limited to 200 units, first come, first serve. Group buy is a little different. Group buy seems to be unlimited. Price drops down to $400. And the cool thing is that that little daughter board over here where the USB-C port is in, that is changed to the IO3 C3 unified daughter board standard, which in my opinion is great. Because on that daughter board, you've got overcurrent protection, over voltage, and ESD protection. All 3 of those are in existence. I've got an R1. Does it have any protection? Apparently the main PCB right here has ESD protection. So okay, but still no overcurrent, still no overvoltage. So if that's something you guys are concerned about, don't be too concerned. Most random PCB failures that I've seen have always been attributed to ESD failures rather than overcurrent or overvoltage. Yeah, as long as you have ESD protection on the PCB itself, I think you'll be good. Though if you can afford to wait, if you want to save $15, definitely wait for the IO3 version. Unfortunately, you can't just throw an IO3 daughter board in there. The mounting points are actually different. So yeah, overall, great experience through and through. So yeah, thanks guys for joining in. My next stream will be tomorrow evening, 7:30 p.m. PDT. If you are curious about all the group buys that are starting and ending in our hobby right this instant for the following week, tune in tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. PDT, and hopefully your wallet won't cry. Alright everyone, have a good rest of your week. Goodbye!